Welcome back, gamers, to a special mini episode of the Slow Run Cast. I'm your host, Muhammad Ali, aka the Iraqi Balboa, joined by my friend and co-host, Durwin Luke, or as I prefer to call him, the Durwinator. We got a special episode for you folks. We're going to do a little bit of a mini episode. So there's this 30th anniversary quiz that's up for PlayStation. And we thought, you know what? Let's give it a try and see how good we could do on this
Yeah.
on this
Yeah.
quiz.
Do we want to date ourselves a little bit? So we're both
What do you mean? Okay,
like the same age as PlayStation, basically. So some of this stuff might be a bit of a reach because we're probably like 1 year old when some of these things might have happened.
I was like, when the PS1 came out in Japan, I was 15 days old.
You got a memory of that, right?
Oh yeah, of course I do.
All right.
Yeah.
So talking about birth. So this is the first question here. We've just loaded up the quiz here. I don't know if you can see the screen or if you want me to read it out, but I can read it out and we can kind of...
You can read it out. The text
Yeah.
is kind of small on my end, but
Yeah, so first question is the birth of PlayStation. So what date did the original PlayStation console launch in Japan? So we've got three options. December 3rd, 1994, September 9th, 1996, or August 6th, 1991. This one's like a freebie.
yeah, you know this, right? It's the
Yeah.
first one. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't do
1994.
Yeah, if you can't do math, I mean,
Yeah, it's 30th anniversary.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2, an iconic PlayStation game. Which high-speed PlayStation title featured anti-gravity racing and thumping soundtrack? So we've got Gran Turismo, Resident Evil 2, and Wipeout.
I mean, I feel like by process of elimination, you could figure this out.
Yeah, this
Anti-gravity
one's...
and thumping soundtrack. It's not Resident Evil, and that's not Gran Turismo.
Yeah, it must be Wipeout. And
Wipeout.
there is a little bit of like the game art there. So that's
Like,
a dead giveaway.
Even if you haven't played Wipeout, like it's an easy one, I think, by elimination.
Yeah.
There's Wipeout cameos on Astrobot.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, have you ever played the game? It looks kind of cool.
No,
It looks like an
I
F-Zero
haven't.
almost.
I actually haven't.
Yeah. I wonder if
It does kind of look like F-Zero.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
it's
wonder
exactly
if
like that.
it's a Japanese exclusive because it has like Japanese.
No. I
Right?
don't think it is. I don't think it is.
All right. So inside the PS2 console, what was the name of the PlayStation 2 console's revolutionary CPU? We've got the flux capacitor, the emotion engine, and the blast processor.
The
Do you know
flux
this one?
capacitor. Do you know what the flux capacitor is?
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not the flux capacitor. That's so funny that they put that in there.
Yeah.
So the other day, my wife texts her brother-in-law in the group chat like there was something wrong with her car or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, because he's a mechanic. He's like, shout out to Taha. He's like, oh, that's gonna cost a lot because that's the flux capacitor. And she's like freaking out. And then he sends the Back to the Future clip.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. It is. I'm gonna say it's the blast processor.
Really? I think it's the emotion engine. I'm almost positive it's the emotion engine.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I'm not very confident about this one, but it's definitely not the flux capacitor. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Emotion engine just sounded weird to me.
So
I'm kind of guessing.
You're kind of guessing?
You could.
How confident are you in your guess right now?
I'm not.
You're not? I'm gonna go with the emotion engine.
Go ahead, do it.
All right. Gaming on the go. The PlayStation Portable. What was the full name of the compact plastic case media on the PSP games? in which they were. I guess I read that completely wrong. Was the full name of the compact plastic cased media on which PSP games were stored? Unbelievable, unbelievably massive disc, digital versatile disc, or universal media disc.
I mean, it is UMD, right?
It is
But it's
UMD,
definitely
correct?
not unbelievably massive disc, is it? There's no way it's that. It's Universal Media Disc, isn't it?
I know
There's
it's
no way it's
UMD.
unbelievably massive disc.
I mean, I've got another D word that could be replaced with disc.
Yeah.
Um, but I think it must be universal media disc.
For sure. I'm on the same
Yeah,
page as you with that one.
yes. Sony was real progressive back then. Universal. All right, we've got exploring PlayStation 3. What was the name of the PS3 menu system that allowed players to navigate their games, apps, and media? We've got PlayStation Home, the media menu, and X-Cross Media Bar.
I want to say it's PlayStation Home, but isn't PlayStation Home something else?
I don't know. X-Cross Media I thought was PS2 era, right?
I don't even remember seeing that word, and I had a PS2. X Cross Media Bar. That doesn't even sound like it's real.
So what do you think? I think I'm leaning towards PlayStation Home too, but I don't know if that was just the name of something else.
You're leaning towards PlayStation Home 2? Yeah.
Yeah, like as well.
Oh, as I'm like 2. I'm like, what? Okay, sorry. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that. I don't think it's the
Yeah,
media menu, and I don't think it's X. Yeah, I think it's PlayStation Home. Even though I
yeah.
feel like PlayStation Home is something else that I'm not remembering.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Playing through the apocalypse. Which post-apocalyptic PS4 game features two characters still enjoying their beloved PS Vita consoles? Left 4 Dead, The Last of Us Part 2, and Near Automata. Was there
I know this.
PS Vita consoles in The Last of Us Part 2?
Yeah, there is. There's a moment. It was even I think in the trailer or something, or it was in like a gameplay trailer, like the state of play before the game came out.
Yeah.
There's like a person who's playing on their PS Vita, and you literally come out of the water and stab them in the back of the neck as Ellie. Yeah, it's Last of Us
That's
Part
like
Two for sure.
that's like a metaphor for Sony coming out of the water and stabbing the PS Vita right in the back of the
Yeah,
neck.
basically the same thing. But no, it's definitely for sure the
The
Last of Us Part
yeah, it
Two.
has to be Last of Us Part 2. Left 4 Dead doesn't have like I don't
There's no
think
one
there
playing
be
PSP in Near Automata.
yeah. PlayStation 4 Showcase. Which game preloaded on PS4 consoles used the PlayStation camera and DualShock 4 controller to showcase augmented reality experiences? The Last Guardian, The Playroom, and Knack. So I think this
It's
one's
the Playroom,
pretty
right?
obvious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever use it? I don't think I even opened the Playroom
It was
before.
preloaded on PS4 consoles.
Yeah.
I didn't have a PS4 at launch. I only got a
Mhm.
PS4 about, I want to say, a year or 2 years after it came out.
Yeah.
And I don't remember seeing the Playroom loaded on my console.
Yeah. Was there a specific game that you bought the PS4 for?
No, I just wanted to get one, but I was just a
Is-
broke kid in university who couldn't afford it.
Oh yeah.
And I literally, as soon as I could afford it, I went and bought. And I like needed to buy a laptop first, so I was like
Yeah.
saving money to buy like a decent laptop. And then once I did that, I saved some more money. I bought a PS4.
You bought a PS4. Do you
Yeah,
know the
I
game
couldn't
that
afford it.
Do you know the game that I bought a PS4 for? I purposely bought a PS4 specifically to play this game because at the time my gaming PC just couldn't play it at all.
Hmm, no idea.
Any
Don't
guesses?
tell me. Don't tell me that. Oh, you said your gaming PC, so it can be a console exclusive.
No, it
That was gonna
wasn't.
be like the Order 1886 or
No,
something.
no. Any guesses?
Witcher? The Witcher?
No, no. So
Don't tell me
it
Dragon
was
Age.
no,
Dragon Age.
no. So the game I
Inquisition.
specifically bought a PS4 for was Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a early PS4 game, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, that was an early PS4 game, and like my PC just couldn't run it at all. So I had to like choose between either building a brand new PC, which would have cost like way too much money because I was also a broke uni kid as well,
Yeah.
or I just bought a PS4 and I could play it just on that. And yeah, that was probably the game I got my first platinum in.
Batman Arkham. Which one was it? I
Arkham
actually haven't
Knight.
I haven't played that franchise.
What?
The Batman Arkham games. Yeah,
Dude,
I completely skipped them.
so good. So
I
good.
know. I mean, I always hear good things about them, but I completely skipped them.
Yeah. Like the driving mechanics of the Batmobile are amazing in that game.
Yeah. No, I do want to go back and play that.
Yeah, you got to go back.
That's one franchise I missed. That and BioShock.
Oh,
Those are
BioShock was amazing too
yeah, those are two kind of franchises I missed
from
from
that
that
era.
PS3 era, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So, first steps into virtual worlds. Which VR or which PlayStation VR title features a collection of mini games including the London Heist and Danger Ball? So, you're going to have to do this one. I do not know.
I didn't even have a PSVR. The first one, I had like no interest at the time.
Huh.
So I
So,
don't
we're
I
going to
know
have to
it's not
guess.
Astrobot Rescue Mission,
Yeah.
but it would be a guess between the Gateway and PlayStation VR Worlds. Like I don't even know which one of those
The
is which.
Getaway?
They could yeah. The Getaway.
I
I was saying the Gateway.
You're thinking the Getaway? I think it's PlayStation VR Worlds, but
No, I said it could be either. Because I don't even know what they are. Like PSVR Worlds could be something that's not even real.
yeah.
That's how little I know about it. But I'd say PlayStation VR Worlds. We could do that.
Yeah, let's go with that one. Let's
Yeah.
lock in. All right, a new way to play. What's the name of the PS5 controller released in 2023 that features back buttons and customizable controls to help players perfect their gameplay experience? This is obvious. You have
That's
one
the
sitting
Edge.
right beside you somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere over here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still deciding if I want to open the box.
This guy.
Wow, I don't know. It's like $40 more than the regular one, and I could probably sell it for more than I
Yeah.
bought it for. So it's kind of like, do I really want to open it?
Yeah. I wonder if people are actually like really buying them. Like I've seen a few posted on like Facebook Marketplace, but
I don't know because
um
I think they made a lot of them in hindsight.
yeah,
Like
I think
I
so
got on,
too.
I got on that. Remember the first day when the pre-orders first went up and me and you were freaking out and we're trying to get them?
Yeah.
They've been up on sale so many times after that, both as
Hmm.
pre-orders and post-launch on Amazon, on Best Buy, on Walmart.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they've been available. I don't think they're that rare,
Yeah, I don't
but
think the controllers would be rare at all.
I'm sure I could still sell it for its cost. Worst case scenario. I'm trying to
Yeah.
decide if I want to sell it or sell the regular. You know. Anyway,
Yeah.
but it's the
I mean,
DualSense Edge.
yes. All right. This one I do kind of want to intersect some news that I just sent you as well. So what new
Yeah,
feature did the PSVR 2 Sense controller introduce that enhanced the immersive experience? So dual vibration motors, changeable analog sticks, and finger touch detection.
that's crazy. I don't even actually know what this answer is, but I'm gonna guess it's finger touch detection. There's no changeable analog sticks and dual vibration motors. With like, they already
Does it
have
vibrate?
vibration.
I mean, I've
Yeah,
never
it does.
used,
It does. Even the
but
headset itself vibrates.
does it feel stronger than?
No, it's for sure the finger touch detection.
Yeah.
Because you could hold the controller in your hands and
Hmm.
move your fingers, and you'll see it if you're playing like a first-person game. You'll see your hands like your
Oh, that's
fingers.
kind of cool.
So I think it's finger touch detection.
So yeah, we'll cram in a little bit of news here. So like I just sent it to you, but apparently Apple, according to Bloomberg, Apple and Sony are working together to try and get the VR2 Sense controllers to work with the Vision Pro.
Is it confirmed it's the VR2 Sense controllers, or is it a new set of controllers specifically for the Apple Vision Pro?
I think it's specifically the PSVR2 controllers. I don't think it would make sense to make this going forward because A, why would Sony develop a new controller? And B, like Apple is probably going to reiterate the Vision Pro and like, it doesn't really make sense to be using the like for both of them to kind of commit to that with more development costs when there's pre-existing things that they could do, right?
I agree with you. Yeah, I could see it happening.
Yeah.
I already read about it actually. I think 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But I kind of was like, to me, it sounded like they were just asking Sony to be like a consultant on like an
Mm.
in-house controller. But now I didn't realize it was actually getting the
I think I
VR2.
think I read that it was actually the PSVR 2
Yeah,
Sense
that's
controller,
that's
but
what you sent me. It says that. What you sent me
yeah.
says that
So
they're trying to get, and they're going to sell them separately because you can't buy these right now separately.
yeah. I wonder if Sony's is still sitting on so much stock of this. Like they've been discounting them like crazy.
They did discount them pretty hard for Black Friday. I think
Yeah.
the Horizon Zero Dawn bundle was going for like 480 Canadian dollars, which
Yeah, it
is
was like
insane, by the way.
250 $250 off or something like that. That was USD, so like probably converts to like the $400 off or something like that.
Yeah, I think when I bought it, because it was more than the base PlayStation. Huh.
Oh, was it? What did we get? Oh, we got 9 out of 10. Which one did we
Wonder what we
screw up
missed.
on?
Doesn't
How
even
do you
tell
check
you.
your work?
Huh. Doesn't tell you.
It doesn't tell you?
No.
Oh my god.
Did you answer that last one? I don't recall. Did
I
you
did.
answer
I
it?
did. I clicked it. So which one did we
How
get
about
wrong?
this? Start it again. Start it again.
Start it again.
Yeah, take the quiz again.
We're just gonna
December
go
3rd.
wipe
Wipeout.
out. You think it's this
Go
one?
blast processor. Yeah.
Okay. UMD.
UMD.
Are we sticking with PlayStation Home for this one? I
Yeah,
think so,
let's try
right?
PlayStation Home. Stick with it now.
Last of Us Part
Last of Us Part
2,
2.
The
Stick with
Playroom.
the Playroom.
Do we want to stick up
Go
with
VR
PlayStation VR
Worlds. Yeah.
Worlds? DualSense Edge, finger touch detection. 8 out of what?
So that one was right. You were right about the
The emotion thing?
try it
Okay.
again. Yeah. Wipeout.
Emotion
Emotion
engine,
engine.
UMD.
UMD.
Do we want to do
Go to the
PlayStation
media
Home?
menu or cross media bar or something.
You think it's cross media bar?
Just try one of them.
All right. Last of Us Part 2, Playroom. We'll
Yeah,
keep it
keep that so that we
consistent.
know if our answer was incorrect.
Oh, there we go.
It was the cross
So
media bar.
it was a cross media bar.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I thought that was a PS2.
It was for sure not a PS2 one. After you said that, I was like, bro, there was nothing called a cross media bar. All you did was put your PS2 disc in. There was one place where you could go to settings, and one place where you could go to save memory on your memory card. Like there was nothing else because
yeah.
everything was physical disc. You just put your disc in, and it read it, and you got on. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, looks like we're PlayStation experts.
Yeah, I mean, 9 out of 10. That's not bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Do you want to bulldoze through the news from this week? It was kind of a short news week, and the episode we just shot with my friend Joad was the special episode for the Game Awards predictions. So we didn't really have enough time to go through the news.
Yeah, we can do that. I think that's a fair thing to do.
Feasible?
Yeah.
Does it say how long our runtime is right now? Oh, we got time.
Yeah. We got another hour and 40 minutes.
40 minutes. So week of December 2nd, the big news story is Ubisoft's X Defiant will be shutting down in June 2025 followed with some layoffs in, I believe, a couple of studios they have in Asia, Southeast Asia, or East Asia. I can't remember. And it looks like there's more talk of a Tencent buyout, but the Guillemot family is trying to restructure so that a buyout doesn't cause a Guillemot family loss of control. That's from Insider Gaming. I mean, this caps it off for Ubisoft's horrendous year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mean,
I think it really shows that Assassin's Shadows needs to perform, or they're in some hot water here, right?
I think they're already in the hot water. I
Yeah.
think they got all their eggs in this basket. If it doesn't perform, I think it's a buyout either way at
Yeah.
this point. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, they had the Avatar game December last year. It's kind of mid. Nobody talked about it. They had Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, which was critically acclaimed, but it seems like no one bought it. I felt like it was a little overpriced. No
Do
one
you think it
bought
was
it.
justified for that sale price that you bought it for just now?
For the sale price, I bought it for
Yeah.
$30. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I bought it for
Yeah.
$30, a physical copy, which is never going to come because Canada Post is on strike. Different story.
Yeah.
But I think at the time it was like 60. And I didn't like, it's
Yeah.
actually a meaty game. It's probably in hindsight worth $60, but I didn't buy it because I was like, this is probably an 8-hour game. Why would I? It's an
Yeah.
8-hour Metroidvania. Why am I paying $60 for it? I guess it was deeper than that. But anyway, that was, I mean, when I say 60, it was like 65 Canadian dollars or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that didn't sell, and then that developer has been moved to another project. We had the quadruple A mess, Sea of Thieves, right? Earlier,
Yeah.
not Sea of Thieves. Sorry. My apologies to Sea of Thieves. Skull and Bones. And then what else did they pop out this year? They had X Defiant. They had Star Wars Outlaws that obviously missed big time. Sounds like it didn't sell good. Prompted them to push Shadows back to February, which they literally have never done in their life. Push an Assassin's Creed game out of holiday season, which tells you something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they had that NFT game.
Yeah. I wonder if
I
that's
don't
where
know.
the layoffs were. But anyways.
It's Ubisoft. They just the gift that keeps giving for this podcast, at least. I don't know. We'll see. I think in the new year we're gonna get some news. I think we might get some news even before Assassin's Creed Shadow.
Yeah.
Speaking of closures and shutting down, Foam Star season updates are ending in January. It's gonna be the last season for Foam Stars. I think they're gonna still keep it online. This was another game from this year that didn't hit the mark. I was actually kind of hyped for
Mm-hmm.
it, and I played it for a
Yeah.
week, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of boring. It was free. It was like a PS Plus monthly game. It's from Square Enix. This is the Splatoon
Yeah, the
copycat, but it's like with
Splatoon
foam.
clone.
Yeah. It's kind of fun, but like it was fun for a week. Like you couldn't play it for any longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is a trend, man. Like you had Knockout City. That was that dodgeball game, which I thought was very fun. That also got taken offline. You had like Rumbleverse, that was like Battle Royale, but it was like this brawler.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I feel like there's so many of these games where, I don't know. I think that, what do you call it? That Evil Dead game, which was the asymmetric horror multiplayer. I think that one's getting taken off. I think there was Hood Outlaws and Legends too. That one is getting taken off or has been taken off. I mean, they're almost like, there's so many of them, man. It's just
Yeah.
like these from double A studios, or in some cases triple A, like with X Defiant. They make a game, they release it, not enough player count, not enough people are buying the skins. Shut down. Not enough money,
Yeah.
not worth investing anymore. So, I
Yeah.
mean, the writing's on the wall now. It's like your game has to literally become one of the breakthroughs, like Rocket League or Fall Guys or something like that. Or I don't know if people are going to still keep trying to make these free to play um, multiplayer games. You know,
Yeah.
what was that PlayStation one we talked about not long ago? The one that was like came out when the PlayStation first came out. Destruction All Stars.
Yeah. Destruction All Stars.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know
I
that
mean, even
poster.
Multiverses is suffering too. And that has like a lot of IP
Yeah,
along with it, right?
yeah. Just shutting down servers, and then there's some games that are like always online, so the server's gone.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: there's games that are bad, like a Redfall, but
Hmm.
then there's games that are actually like good. Like I play a lot of these. Like I hop on. They sometimes they're like free to play, just or sometimes they're either free to play or they're like the monthly game for PlayStation, just so you or they add them to Game Pass day one, just so that they get the player count. And I play
Yeah.
them, but I'm like, oh, that's fun for a week or two. Bye. And
Hmm. Yeah. I think there's just no like commitment because you didn't financially like invest anything into it too, right? I mean, it's good for like kids and stuff because they don't have the money to buy this to buy the game sometimes, but like, sometimes you like feel like you need to complete a game because you paid money for it, right?
but then like, what do you do? Do you make the game money? Well, it costs something like Concord, and then nobody buys it. But
Y-
Helldivers 2, it worked. Helldivers
yeah.
2 is $50.
I mean,
I
I
don't
think the key thing is you have to make a good game and then you make people buy
no, but
it.
I don't think that's enough though. That's the problem. Like these games are good, but they're not enough sometimes. Like I
Mm,
thought Foam Stars was okay. I didn't think it was great, but it's not enough.
yeah.
I think maybe you need streamers to get on it or something, like an Among Us.
Yeah.
I mean, in the same light, our next news story is the No More Room in Hell 2 dev, Tor Banner Studios, has announced some layoffs. And the reason why I put this, maybe you don't know who the studio is, but No More Room in Hell 2 is a game that just came out. But I played a lot of their previous, most recent release, which was Chivalry 2. And I played
Mm,
that like pretty religiously for a couple months there, and I hop on every now and then. So fun. That game is super like it's like a hard there's a hard learning curve associated with it, but once you get in, it's like one of the funnest games ever. It's a medieval, like it's almost like a first person shooter, but you have a sword and it's like medieval setting. But the combat
mhm.
is super sophisticated, right? How you swing your sword, how you poke, how you stab, and just multiplayer game. That one thankfully the community is alive and well. It doesn't have the
Yeah.
craziest concurrent player count, but I think it regular sits at like 3,000 on Steam, and it's crossplay on Xbox and PlayStation 5. Yeah, but it's
Mhm.
kind of sad to see that they're laying people off. I think No More Room in Hell 2 didn't hit. I mean, I didn't play it just because it's kind of in a genre I don't care about. It seemed like it was like a zombie extraction shooter or something.
Yeah.
They're a Canadian studio too, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's
This next
unfortunate.
story as well,
It's
Deceive Inc.
yeah,
or
another studio
yeah,
shutting down,
also
Deceive Inc. is down for. Are they
Canadian
actually?
studio. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I don't
they're
know
also
that one.
Canadian.
Have you played that game? I heard about
No,
it,
I
but I think I
haven't.
should try it. I felt like I tried a different deception multiplayer game, not like an Among Us, but it was called First Class something, First Class Trouble, I think it was called, or
Mhm.
something like that. Similar, like a multiplayer deception game where you're supposed to like. I'm actually,
Yeah.
yeah, First Class Trouble.
Yeah, apparently they're still working with the publisher, Tripwire Interactive, to try and maintain the game to keep it online, but
But
guess
the
we'll
studio's
see.
gone.
Yeah.
Mm. Warcraft Orcs and Humans and Warcraft 2 is being pulled from the GOG platform. I think this is because, well, Blizzard does Blizzard things, but I think it's because they released the remasters,
Yeah.
and maybe they want people to buy the remasters. They're forcing you to. And GOG is kind of fighting back because they have this whole preservation program that they started,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to, like, what GOG is trying to do is make sure that these games don't, with this new program, is make sure games don't die on like the digital world, to have some type of way to keep playing these games you own, even if the publisher, the dev decides to,
Yeah.
take it down or something.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, like, I don't know how it would work, but like I just remember like back in the day, StarCraft 2 or original StarCraft, you could use like Hamachi to like play LAN games and stuff. So like with your friends. I don't know if that would be like the same way or if there's gonna be BattleNet involved, which is like their online service.
Mm, I
Yeah,
don't know.
but
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. And I heard those
mhm.
remasters weren't very good anyway.
Oh, okay. So
Mm.
maybe just play the originals.
Well, that's the thing. They're trying to stop you from
Yeah,
playing the originals, I guess, is the whole thing.
exactly. Can't play the originals if they're not available, so you gotta buy
Yeah,
the
exactly.
next best thing.
So let's avoid all that depressing news. I don't know why I lined that up with depressing news after this
Right?
news. I swear to
Yeah, we
God.
started off
It
real
was all like
strong with
dumb
like,
news.
oh, 30th
Well,
anniversary, and then but
yeah, way off.
you gotta bring me
Full
up now.
closure. Okay, so there's been some Nintendo Switch leak that's been going around, and they're saying it's a first look at the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Con, and apparently there's Nintendo Switch 2 accessories out in the wild.
Ooh. This
I
reminds me of like of all the iPhones. Like, do you know about like how frequent like phone leaks happen?
Yeah,
So like
kind of.
usually a lot of the time people like forget their phones at like a bar and stuff like that. And like sometimes like the execs will forget like their new iPhone or their new Google Pixel phone and then like people spot it and they're like, "Oh, this is like an unreleased phone or whatever." So I can imagine like some of the executives like playing with their like prototype Switch 2 at like an airport and just forgetting one of these controllers somewhere. That'd be funny.
I feel like Nintendo would be way too secretive.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you'd get a hitman would be after if you forgot your
Right?
Switch 2 at the airport.
Yeah, they'll be ready
Okay,
to
so I
jump
looked
on
at
you.
these leaks and then I immediately, like, I was excited, and then immediately I was like, "Oh my God, please save me the." It's like some 240p blurry video of some
Yeah, yeah.
Joy-Cons and some photos, and it's like, this is the Joy. I couldn't even tell them apart from the original Switch Joy-Cons,
Yeah.
which might mean they look very close, but it also might mean that it's BS. And then there's some Chinese website that was selling Switch 2 accessories, and it was like screen protectors and some case that said Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch 2.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some of the leaks. Like, apparently they're supposed to be like magnetic or whatever. But I
Yeah, I
mean,
think we were. Yeah, I just it's they'll show it, bro. They're gonna show it soon.
yeah, give it a few more months.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting close.
Our next story is It Takes Two has sold 20 million copies. That is insane. That's good for them, man. I'm so happy for that studio. And actually, the story dropped when we were doing our last episode, uh,
Yeah.
or when we were doing our Game Award predictions. There was a leak about this studio Hazel Light's next game, and that it would be revealed at the Game Awards. I'm
Oh,
really looking
nice.
forward to that. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I played this with my wife. Have you played this?
Yeah, I played it. I played it with my ex-girlfriend for a bit.
Okay, yeah.
Then she gave
Yeah,
up.
I played this with my wife. What? Sorry, I didn't hear that. Do you want to repeat it or
Oh,
no?
I played this with my ex-girlfriend. We got through like a few levels and then she gave up because, you know.
To be honest with you, if you're not like a heavy gamer, it was a little challenging, I think, for someone who's not like
Yeah.
doesn't know how to do twin stick like motion controls.
Hmm.
My wife was having trouble, but I like forced her. We pushed through. There was like that game took us longer than it should have, but we pushed
Yeah.
through. We got it done. Yeah. No, and then right now me and her are playing Brothers A Tale of Two Sons, the
Yeah.
remake, which is the first game from this maker, Joseph Ferris. Um, and we got one more. We got A Way Out, which is the game that came out in between Brothers and It Takes Two. I
Hmm.
love It Takes Two, man. That was one of my favorite games that year.
Yeah, the art style was really nice.
Yeah, good for them. Speaking of another big hit, apparently From Software is not considering Elden Ring 2, but it's not the end of the brand. Um, I think Miyazaki was being interviewed by a Japanese outlet and basically said sometimes these get lost in translation just because it's in Japan. So I'm not sure
Yeah.
if he said we're never gonna work on Elden Ring or we're not considering working on Elden Ring right now, or it's
Hmm.
just we're not actively working on it right now. He said they have some other projects. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe another Armored Core is on the way after Armored Core 6. That was
Yeah.
seemed to have good reception. Um,
Yeah. I heard that was a really hard game.
every
I
one of
never
their
played
games
it,
is
but
very hard. Their
yeah.
games are all hard. I mean, don't hold your breath for a Bloodborne remake unless somehow Sony's paying them enough money to get them to do it. Which I don't know if they are, but don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did, or a Bloodborne 2. I don't know. I think it might be. I think there's a Reddit for a game called Spellbound or something like that, which they're saying it's the new From Software game. There was leaks or something, and it's
Hmm.
like more magic based. So could be that they're working on. I'm curious to see maybe at the Game Awards. I
Yeah.
didn't predict that. Yeah.
Yeah. Fingers crossed for something, maybe.
So another thing we mentioned on our last episode is that My First Gran Turismo is a free-to-play intro to the racing sim for all ages available this week. They're trying to get people on Gran Turismo, and maybe like people are kind of, it's like a nice marketing thing where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
don't be afraid of racing sims. Here you go, try this like extended tech demo of Gran Turismo and see if you like it. And come
Yeah.
on down. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Have you tried this? Have you got onto it? It
No,
came
I
out like I
haven't
think
even.
2 days ago.
Yeah, I haven't. Did you?
Yeah.
Is there
I
like
might.
a few free
There's,
cars that you can
there's a
kind
V.
of play with?
There's a VR version, so I might give it a try.
Have
Or
you
it's
ever played
VR
GT7 on VR? Apparently, it's really good.
I played it like once. My friend bought the game over to my house. Actually, the friend that we shot the
Yeah,
podcast with.
Jawad.
Yeah. He brought it to my house, and I tried it like once, and I really meant to try it some more, but it just didn't happen. I ended up giving him
Yeah.
his copy back.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's really good though.
GT, you just have to like commit. I feel like you have to get like the whole wheel and the pedal set. I mean, I had
No,
one at a
it's not really good.
point.
You had one at one point. Tell me why I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I haven't tried is VR, but like, yeah,
I'm
I
surprised you're
enjoyed
not
it.
enough.
It's cool. I feel like I said with like Flight Sim when I was telling you like you should like if you want to like be serious and play it, like you should build a whole sim. I feel like that's the same
Have,
thing for like
have you seen
Gran
those guys that
Turismo.
play?
Like,
Have you seen those guys that play like the semi truck driving simulators?
yeah, yeah, and they have like the full like setup of like basically a semi
On the
truck.
front, and then their side,
Yeah,
their side view, and they're just like literally sitting on the chair, and that's some crazy stuff.
yeah. I mean,
You see going like through a narrow bridge, and it's like snowing, the truck's like sliding, and they're just like, yeah,
yeah, yeah. But
farming
having a
sim.
racing sim would be really cool. Very, very expensive though if you want like the full like haptic feedback setup going.
My wife's cousin apparently got into like iRacing like super hard during COVID, and now he has a full setup and like competes professionally
Oh,
or competitively at least.
jeez.
Yeah, like during COVID, he was just stuck at home, and he's got like a wife and 2 kids too.
Yeah, yeah, he's just committed to becoming a race car driver now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you watched the GT like movie?
No, I heard it was trash, and I didn't bother.
I mean, it's based on a true story. I did watch it. I mean, it is kind of interesting to go
Yeah,
from like gamer to like
I feel like
full blown race car driver, you know?
yeah, that's a pretty cool story. Like I know that's what the story was, but man, I ruined my like gaming and like viewing tastes with reviews. I just
Oh
like
yeah.
I have to look at reviews for everything, and I no longer just like watch or play something that I'm interested in or looks interesting. As a result, like everything becomes a mathematical calculation. It's like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have
It's
limited
like
time. Like I'll look at a game and it'll be like 84 in Metacritic. Be like, I don't have time for that. I got to play
yeah.
the 88s and up or whatever. Which is
Yeah,
kind of sad.
yeah. For movies, I'm like less picky because sometimes like a really bad movie leads to like a really good time, no matter what.
Plus, it's not that crazy of an investment, right? It's
Yeah, it's like a
an
like
hour, two,
max 2 hour
3,
investment,
right?
and like if it's really really bad, you can just like turn it off. But like
Yeah.
you know,
A
I guess you can
show
do
a
that
little
the
bit.
same for the game.
A show you could end up watching 6 seasons of Game of Thrones and then end up. What was the last one? What was the garbage season?
Yeah, dude, I remember hopping on the very last episode of Game of Thrones. I was like seeing a girl at the time, and she was like really, really obsessed with the Game of Thrones. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll watch the last episode with you. And I was like, I don't even know what the hell is going on right now. Everything's so dark. Like, am I just watching
Oh,
a black screen? Like
I
the
don't think
very
that was the
last
last.
episode.
I think that was like the third from the last or the
Oh,
fourth
was
from the
it?
last, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
Yeah,
was like the
like
big battle scene, and it was at night, and the whole screen was dark.
yeah, and I
I
was
had like
like,
no
what am
lighting.
I watching? Like, can they turn on some lights on this like production set, please?
Yeah.
Anyways, still haven't watched Game of Thrones.
Oh well, I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you to watch it. I mean, it starts off so well. It starts off good, and it just gets better, 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 and then it reaches like a peak where it starts to.
Yeah, dwindle.
It didn't pan out.
Yeah, yeah. I
It
mean,
did not.
like this also reminds me of like How I Met Your Mother. I'm rewatching it right now. I don't know if like your wife watches like silly shows like that. I know that we watch like The Office and Parks and Rec and stuff like that, but like How I Met Your Mother is like another one where like they lead up to like the last season and then the last episode is like garbage.
Yeah, I have not watched How I Met Your Mother. I'm not sure. I'll ask my wife if she's watched it, but yeah, she's
Yeah.
watched The Office like 100 times.
Yeah.
I've watched my wife and my brother watch The Office 7 times. Like I know the whole Office, but I never sat and watched it. I
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
my wife watch it, and I watched my brother watch it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it's
she
like
was recently telling me that she was like redoing a run, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I need to hop on it as well," because I'm
yeah,
I'm like one of those people too, like 6 or 7 times.
yeah. One time I was driving from Saskatchewan to Calgary from like 11 p.m. to 6 in the morning, and my brother was with me,
Yeah,
and he just had the Office on the whole time. And I was literally like, the highway was empty, and I'm just like, and just laughing my head off the whole time with him. Yeah. We got one more news story here. The PS5
yeah,
gets some new themes in celebration of the 30th anniversary. So
yeah,
there's PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4 themes where you get on your PlayStation. You can't miss it. They throw it right in your face. They're like, make sure to check in on this thing, and then you get
yeah,
on, and you could pick whatever you want, and it changes the sound of the
yeah,
menu selection when you go in and out, back, scroll, top down. I wish it changed the way your console started up.
yeah, yeah. A
I
lot of
was
people are
hoping that
saying that.
yeah, but it doesn't really, so I was kind of sad. I think it
Yeah,
did for the PS1 or something when you first got on. I can't remember. I feel like I saw something. Anyway,
yeah.
what did you set it up to?
I set it up to the 30th anniversary skin because I'm not
Oh, you,
like
you didn't set up to a specific console?
no, I didn't set it to a specific console because like I was like I looked through them all and I was like, I mean, I still think that skin still looks the nicest. Dude, I gotta tell you, I miss themes on PS4 so bad. So
I
bad.
agree. I agree.
Like,
Those were so cool. Yeah, it's so
I
annoying.
had, yeah, I had the Uncharted PS4 and I like got the Uncharted skin so that it would play like the theme music for Uncharted, like
I had
the
so
very
many.
last game.
Yeah.
Like it was beautiful. Like you scroll through everything, you like in the background you see the maps and and like the little like Easter eggs in the theme. Like
I had
now it's just
I had so many of
ads.
those from the PS4.
Yeah, yeah,
None of them carried over. It's so sad. Sucky. Like I had like a Last of Us one that
yeah.
came with like the special edition. I had like a Red Dead Redemption one. I can't remember. I had a few more, but yeah, those were cool. It's kind of I don't mind the whole thing where when you pan over to a game now, the music for the game kicks on and you could see something. I don't mind that much, but it'd still
Yeah.
be nice to have those themes and be able to choose to do that if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, I set it to the PS2. I love the
Yeah,
PS2, man.
PS2.
Yep.
Good vibes.
Um, before the show started, I just wanted to check to see if there was some news that's happened that I didn't have in the show notes from Friday, but apparently there's a couple of things that have come up. The Black Ops 6 Zombies actors quit over lack of AI protection, it's claimed. Basically, nearly all the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 zombie actors
Yeah.
just kind of
That's
mass quit.
dangerous for them, right? Because like they could just recycle their stuff into future games.
I think that's why they're mad because
Yeah.
they're saying it was lack of protection on AI in their contracts. So, which basically says, yeah, we need your voice acting for a little, and then once we figure out what your voice is,
Yeah, and they can just create a
tweak it to say
database and just
whatever. Yeah, yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't know, man. I don't know where this AI is gonna go, especially for voice acting.
Mhm. Like imagine having like Troy Baker's voice like in your database and you can just basically make any person sound any one of your characters
I
have like,
wonder if they've done that with Harrison Ford. I'm starting to think Troy Baker cannot mimic Ford's voice that freaking good for Indiana Jones.
you think so?
Maybe they tweaked something. Because
Yeah.
didn't they use in some of the Star Wars they used
Yeah,
likenesses of and voices of some of the characters like as if
yeah.
they were still young.
And like AI music is like so far.
Yeah, it's not there yet, but
Yeah, but it's gotten so much better. Like I remember like that weekend song or whatever, like
mm.
they got him to
Oh yeah,
sing
yeah, yeah.
like something and it literally sounded like him. So
It literally sounded like him.
yeah.
Life is Strange double exposure dev Deck 9 lays off more staff. Back to that same depressing convo we're having. I guess they're the Friday the 13th dev as well.
Jeez.
Yeah. Man, look at this Insider Gaming article. It says the gaming industry has seen more than 14,600 confirmed job losses across 175 companies in 2024. 14,000 job losses.
That's crazy.
And this is not the real number because they're saying there's probably unannounced layoffs totaling to about 16,000. It's insane, man. It's like, I don't know where we're going to end up, man. This keeps happening. It seems like it's a big boom and bust. I
Mhm.
know maybe this game didn't review as well. I'm not sure if that's affected sales. Sometimes the game's already going over budget. They're going to lay you off regardless of what happens. Like Destiny,
Yeah. Yeah,
they're going to
like
lay
it
those
just
people
comes
off
out and then
regardless.
these
Yeah.
everybody's gone.
That's what with the final shape, Bungie was going to lay those people off anyway. Regardless of how well it sold, how well it reviewed, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
So I guess the last little thing is, I guess this is kind of outdated now, but Path of Exile 2 early access is delayed due to database issues.
Yeah,
So I
but
think that's been fixed now.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bunch of my friends are playing.
Yeah, are they? How was it? I
Yeah.
heard it was good. Not really
Yeah,
my
they're
genre of
pretty
gaming, but
hooked. I think
yeah.
literally as we're like doing this podcast, I like see notifications of all of them like popping on on Steam.
Yeah. Are you going to
Yeah.
give it a try?
Dude, I really want to play Metaphor. That's like my next like I probably will start that this week and then also kind of play Horizon Zero Dawn in between. Like I'll
You
see
got
what
the
what time's like.
yeah, you got the you did your first playthrough on the Horizon, trying to get that
Yeah,
clock.
yeah, I beat it in the Ultra, so I'm just really just doing like the story again and like side quests, which take forever. So it's like
Mm,
gonna be a slow burn.
yeah, good luck with that. Crazy, man. I kind of well, I didn't get the platinum for it, but I basically did everything on the Braid Anniversary Edition. Man,
Hmm.
do I suck at puzzle games? That game took longer than How Long to Beat said it should. Said it was like a 5, 6 hour game. I probably played it for like 10, and then probably played it for like another 5 or 6 trying to do the commentary world.
Jeez.
There's like this big commentary world where there's like an extra like almost 20 puzzles to the base game. Whew.
Hmm.
Those puzzles are hard, man. But did I ever feel satisfied like doing all of that without a guide? I was gonna break at
Yeah.
one point in time. Um, but I think can we play Indiana Jones today? Tonight?
Oh, I don't know.
December 8th. I think in 15 minutes.
Yeah, because it's
Because it
in, what is it,
technically comes out
Toronto
on the
time or
ninth
whatever?
of December, right?
Yeah, yeah. I was looking at reviews for it, and it does
Pretty
seem
good
like
for
it's
yeah.
reviewing well. Gameplay is
Yeah.
like not the best, but like story is solid.
You could already play it if you got the early access. But it's saying releases the 9th, so I'm gonna see if I could get on at 10 o'clock right now. Maybe
Yeah,
play it. Yeah.
yeah.
Um and if you
I may hold
are
off on renewing
uh,
my Game Pass. I know we were talking about it on the previous episode. So you can do the Indiana Jones review and I will get started on Metaphor.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, yeah.
I was already gonna play this anyway. That's kind of why
Yeah,
I had like that Costco
yeah,
3 month Game Pass subscription, so I
yeah,
like timed it. I could play COD a little bit, then I was gonna play Stalker 2 and
yeah.
like
Did
fuck.
you revisit Flight Sim?
I
Because
didn't.
you never
I
started,
didn't.
right?
I'd never started because it was that server shenanigans the first day.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I have it downloaded. I'll hop in one of these days. And then Stalker 2, I don't know. Maybe I'll just wait for some more updates. I know it's
Yeah.
already sort of fixed, but
You might as well wait for like a big patch
sometimes
to come
I
through.
just like patch it all the way through. Like I just
Yeah. Because it just sucks when you're like in the middle of like a game and there's like glitches, and I can
and
tell
it's
you
a
all
meaty
about that.
game. I think it's a meaty game. I just thought it would be like a 10-hour like first person shooter campaign, but it's
Yeah,
not.
no. It looks
It's
like
a
you have to
meaty
have
game.
skill and you have to build your character up.
It's literally How Long to Beat is saying it's 31 hours just for the main story.
Jeez.
So I don't know
How
if I
long is
want to put in.
Metaphor for? I really hope it's not a long one, but it is gonna be.
You're dreaming, bro. What are you talking about? You hope it's not a long one.
Yeah, I know.
65 hours just the main story.
Oh, jeez. Uh,
Yeah, bro. I already knew that. That's why I didn't hop in because I was like, I'm gonna
yeah.
go play COD when it comes out. It's actually crazy to think that when I was a kid, I never thought I would get to an age where I can buy any game I want, and my limiting factor to buying a game wouldn't be money. It would be, do I even have the time to play it? And
Right.
then even if I had the time to play it, I would do a calculation based on how long the game was, and I would avoid a long game if I know it was coming out close to other releases I was interested in. Never thought that would ever
Hmm.
happen when I was,
Right.
you know what I mean? I could get hold of
Dude,
anything.
I used to do the calculation where, like you think about how many hours you're gonna play this game for, and like you divide it by the price of the game, and you're like, oh, this is so worth it. Now it's
Mm,
like now it's like I don't care how long this game is, as long as the quality of the game is like amazing and the price is what it is. It's gonna be $90
no,
now,
but like that's
anyways.
the thing.
Yeah.
When Metaphor came out, I was like, okay, this is an Atlas game. This is gonna be 80, 90 hours. I'm not gonna start this now because there's
Yeah.
this game coming out, COD coming out, this coming out. I want to play this. I want to play that.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't want to start it. I'd rather play these games that are like I'm
Yeah.
gonna play for a
I
week
mean,
or a
young
month.
me would have jumped on this one I probably would have looked at the games coming out, saw how long it would take for me to finish, and be like, this is the one that's like best value because it's gonna take me
It's gonna
65
take long.
hours or 40
Whereas
hours to
now,
finish.
yeah,
So then
yeah.
it works out to be what, like, let me do them.
But now I want to play 5 hour games. Like I look for the 5 hour game first, and I'm like, oh, this is a 5 hour game. I could finish this in like 2-3 days. That's great. This is the one I'm gonna play first, and then I'll play another 5 hour game. Then I'll play another one.
Yeah.
I feel like
So
that's
I
all.
did the math. It would be 72 cents per hour. Right? No, times
72
60.
cents
No,
per
no, a
hour.
little bit more. What was it? Because it's a $90 game divided by 65 hours. No, sorry, $1.38 per hour. The value's there.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Have you ever done that type of calc?
I feel like when I was a kid, no. I feel like when I was a really young kid, I just literally got my hands on whatever I could.
Yeah, whatever your
Like I
parents would
would go
buy
to the
you
store,
or
whatever looked interesting to me, and my dad was willing to pay for, I'd pick it up. There was
yeah.
no discussion about how long it was, or even if it was a
Yeah.
good game or whatever, or what else
Yeah.
is coming out. Like it didn't matter. I could buy this now, get it, pick it up. Um, and then when I got older, when I was like in junior high, I did exactly that calculation where it's like, oh great, this game is 100 hours long,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, and I got it for sale for $20 because it's been out for 3 years. Yeah. Anyway, man, that was
That was
see
depressing.
that this is supposed to be like the small spin-off episode, and it's about as long as how I would like a regular episode to be.
Yeah.
56 minutes.
Yeah, 56
Mm.
minutes. We did it. An episode
Well,
under an hour.
thanks for joining us, guys, and we got to do the whole like subscribe thing. Don't forget to
Yeah.
like and subscribe on YouTube, and then ring the bell on Spotify or Apple Music so you know when these episodes drop. And follow us on Instagram at the Slow Run Cast. And thanks for joining us. Do message the Slow Run Cast if you have any questions or if you want to engage, and we could maybe do some fan voted topics if people want us to talk about something specific.
Yeah. We also welcome Stellar Blade photo mode submissions.
Yeah, if you have Stellar Blade and you have photo mode, we welcome any submissions.
Yeah. Death Stranding 2 once it comes out as well.
Should I show them the Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Oh.
No, 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 no.
No, no,
All
no.
right, all right,
No, no.
all right. Man. I will see you around. Take care. Thanks for joining
Bye.
us.